brothers rock Jesus pieces, but they really don't know Jesus. Just know that he's the seed, and please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We'll never be defeated. Evil legions, all of these heathens and demons. I know you see them scheming, please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We got the keys for the brothers rock Jesus pieces, but they really don't know Jesus. Just know that he's the seed, and please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We'll never be defeated. Evil legions, all of these heathens and demons. I know you see them scheming, please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We got the keys to the keys to the.
Which one want to know the color of Christ? You want to know the color of Christ?
Yeah.
So do you think this is what Christ looks like?
I don't know what he looks like.
You don't know what he looks like?
I don't know what he looks like.
Okay. Now that's actually a good statement. Because people will believe that's Christ, a so-called white man, because it's shown everywhere.
I don't know what he looks like. I'm telling you. I see it in the spirit. I don't know what he looks like.
Well, we gonna get Christ out the Bible. Out the Bible. I'm not making this up. Nobody here wrote this Bible.
No.
It's been here thousands of years before we even thought of it.
No. Go about that dog.
Let's get 1 Thessalonians 5 and I think it's 21. I'm going to prove it because the Bible commands us to prove all things. So guess what? We got to prove it according to the Bible. Got it? Read.
The book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things. Hold fast to that which is good.
All right, so now the scriptures are good, and it says prove all things. So now we're going to prove what Christ looks like. First, we're going to go to Genesis to show that Christ was actually talked about in the beginning. But they don't teach that in church. Christ was right there. They're going to talk about, who's this guy? Who's this guy that has teeth white like milk? You got it? Read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
Say his. Why is it saying, is that H capital? Is that a capital H in there? Yeah, right here. Verse 12, it said his. So it's talking about a specific important person. His eyes shall be red with wine, and teeth white like milk. Now, let's get him in another part of the Old Testament. Let's get that in Daniel. I'm just showing you Christ is talked about throughout the Bible. Now, if I get that in Deuteronomy real quick, too. Okay. Deuteronomy, what I think it's 16:16? 18:18.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 18. I will raise them up a prophet from among thee, their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him.
So it's talking about Christ again. They didn't name him, but it's talking about him, his. I'm going to raise him up from among his brothers. It's a very important person to keep talking about. Now we're going to get that in Daniel. They're showing that Christ has been around for a very long time, but they won't speak about him in the church. They'll give you movies and TV shows like The Passion of Christ and Bible or something like that, trying to deceive the masses, which they have done. But all praises, y'all are here today. You're going to learn the true color of Christ today. Read on.
The book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the bird, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
Hey sis, what color is brass?
Copper color.
Copper color, like a brownish color, right?
Yeah.
And it says polished, so that means it's burnt. Right. You're going to get this in the New Testament. You got to get in the New Testament because people hate to read the Old Testament. Now we got to get in the New Testament just to show you Christ was talked about throughout the Bible. When you open the book, you just don't go to the middle and the end, right? You go to the beginning so you can get exactly what it's talking about. Let's get that. Revelation 1 verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass.
It's saying he got to show unto the servant what these things that must come to pass. Why? Because at a time, just like now, people believe this so-called white man is Jesus Christ. Everybody in the world believes it, except who? The Israelites. We don't believe that junk. We know what Christ looks like according to the Bible. Why? Because we read the Bible. These are things that we have to do. The scriptures tell us to read, to seek out the Lord and read. These are things that we have to do. But when we don't read, we believe what the TV says. Our people, for our thoughts, TV is their brain. Let's go back to Revelation.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14. Verse 10. I was in a spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice, as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
Right, stop. So he's saying, someone was walking down, John walking down the street, and he heard something, and he looked. He said, look, I'm the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. This is what he was telling John. Read.
The first and the last, and what thou seest, write in a book.
He said, John, what you see right now standing up in front of you, write this down in a book, because they ain't going to believe me thousands of years later. Read.
And send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia.
Right. Jump to verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Say his hair and his hairs were white like wool. Hey, give me that dictionary out there. It should be over there somewhere. A big blue dictionary. It said woolly hair. Yes.
I heard it. Woolly hair. White like wool.
Yeah.
I've never seen any type of description
Okay.
of what woolly hair is.
All right. Get that definition of wool out of there. So wool. Think of a sheep. A sheep has woolly hair. Like my hair, like if I let it grow some more, like the brother's hair, you let it grow, that's woolly in texture. So does this person that they say looks like Jesus have woolly hair? They don't, right? It's like straight, like dog hair, right? Yeah, we just stating the facts. I'm gonna get this. Look, this is an old book. It's a big book, but it's a dictionary. These are one of the reasons why they didn't want us to read when we was back in slavery, because they will write certain things like this to keep us in darkness. Now we just read his hair in his hair was white like wool, and wool is like a sheep's texture, like sheep. So now we're gonna read what wool is described in the Bible. Read.
The definition of woolly hair: a person with woolly hair, especially a Negro.
What?
A Negro.
So now, that's all I wanted out of that. I just bought this book just for that. Woolly hair. It said especially a Negro. So if Christ was on this earth, what would he be called today? A Negro. And I didn't even get the color yet. That's a dictionary describing that. I didn't write the dictionary. That thing is huge. If I was writing it, I'd still be writing it right now. I just go back to the scripture. You got it?
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14. His hair and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
All right, stop. So now we read back in Genesis why his eyes was a ring fire. Red with fire. Because what? He drank wine. You know, as you drink wine, the white of your eyes, they get red, right? You know? That's it. It's not saying he was a drunkard, he was like Cyclops, laser beams, and all the way. No. That's why I say I will raise him up from among your brothers, because same thing Christ went through, we went through. He's like, I got to know my people. How am I going to tell them something to do when I do it myself? That's why Christ is perfect. And we are to strive to be like him, be perfect. Read.
In his feet, like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So that's in his feet, like unto fine brass. Now, if you take off your shoes, you don't have to do it here. But when you get home, you look at the top of your feet. It's what? It's dark, right? Yep. And now they say if they burned in the furnace. So if you take anything, you throw it in the furnace. If I take this book, if it's white, and I throw it in the furnace, what color is it going to come out? Huh? It's going to come out light. If I throw something in the furnace so it burns, it's going to turn dark, right? Everybody agrees it's going to turn dark, right? So now, what is this describing that Christ looks like? This is the Bible now. Not if you have the King James Version, you can go home and read it. It's the same exact Bible. The one that's been at church, the one that's been holding up the table at home, same exact Bible. But they will not read it. Because they go to what people say, you know what? If I tell them that Christ is a black man, not so-called, is a black man, they're going to start to wonder what else is going on in this Bible. But it also describes the Most High God. He's black. The angels are black. The ones that, I know you've been watching the news, the UFOs up there, they look just like us. They're black. They're waiting for us to get ourselves right so they can come deliver us from this captivity. Martians? No, those are angels. Those are angels in the chariots. They are visiting the earth. They are waiting on us. They come and they go, and they come and they go. The Most High is sending them. Say, look, check on my people. Let me see what they're doing. They're giving a report. Just like if you go out and commit, like y'all know about the Sabbath day. I know you was here too. The Sabbath day about drinking and things like that. You heard what the law was, not to do it. So now, if you go and break the law, this is what the angel was doing. You got that in Revelation? Like the books are open? Yeah. You think they're not writing it down, sending the report up to the Most High? We gonna get that in the scripture. Because everything that we doing, a report is being written on us. We don't think. It's not. But they visiting. Each of us have an angel. And they send that report to the Most High. I'm gonna get it out the scriptures. Read on.
The book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open.
See, here the books. B-O-O-K-S. The books were open. Now see what the books are saying. Read.
And another book was open.
So you had another book was open. So that's the book of your life and this Bible here. These are the books that were open. Read.
Which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things.
So they say you're going to be judged out of those books. So they're going to open the Bible, then they're going to open your life and say, did you do what this says? They're going to cross-reference. If not, it gets the boot.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.